Hello, everyone. This is Zam Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the assistant director of the Portland Comedy Film Festival. Right now, we're gearing up for our fall 2023 screening, which is going to take place on October 15th at the beautiful historic Clinton Street Theater in Portland, Oregon. And today, we're talking with one of our participating filmmakers. Sophie Cohn is the director behind The Good Brunch. Sophie, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Hi.
Hey. So let's jump right in. What inspired The Good Brunch?
Yes, so it started as a screenwriting assignment back in 2019, my very first semester as a graduate student. And the assignment was like write a script that of something that inspires you. And I chose a story I had heard growing up, which revolved around my grandfather when he was a young lawyer. And he was at the Loop Synagogue in downtown Chicago. It was during the high holidays, which are actually just around the corner. And he saw a guy sitting in his seat, and he kindly asked the man to move, and he did. And my grandfather sat down, and his friends tapped him on the shoulder, and they said, "David, do you know who that man was that you just asked to leave your seat?" And he goes, "No, I don't." And it turns out that guy that he asked to leave was Jake Guzik, who was a very, very close friend of Al Capone's. So
Wow.
totally crazy. Yeah.
Okay, well, I love how you took that. I mean, it's a crazy real life story. And I love how you took it and spun it, and you created these characters from it that are all with tons of personality, and all very charming. I'm curious, how did you adapt or develop your characters in The Good Brunch?
Yeah, so I knew I wanted it to be a comedy, and I wanted to make like my main character as like dorky and like lovable as possible, and I kind of created characters that would kind of boost that. So I kind of built around him, and it just kind of turned into this like little ensemble that like all really kind of meshed well together.
Totally. And yeah, Zelle Goldman is a great character, and I love how he's just so clueless, but
Yeah.
well-meaning. And I'm curious, I feel like the chemistry is really great between his friend and the cousin. And I'm wondering, what did you do to sort of elicit that? Was that kind of organic on set, or did you have to work to direct them towards such good chemistry?
Yeah, so we spent a good amount of time doing like, because we were all kind of spread out. We did some Zoom
Okay.
rehearsals together, so like my actors got time to kind of like build a little bit of like friendship between one another. And then on set, like the way I like to direct, I give my direction, of course, but there is wiggle room for them to kind of play with each other and really just kind of make the scene as natural and comedic as possible. So.
Well, I love that. And it sounds like it kind of is a little bit more collaborative that way, and they have some, room to get into their character. Uh,
Yeah.
what was the dynamic like on set? I feel like because there's all these little kind of gags and pockets of comedic stuff, I feel like it'd be really fun. But what was it like? Was it stressful? Was it fun?
It wasn't really that stressful. We all of us set production crew cast all like got along just fine. It was actually there were like a lot of little jokes being thrown around between the departments. It was just a really good vibe throughout production, really, and I do miss that set so much.
That's awesome. Well, it's great to hear that because sometimes you see an absolutely hilarious movie and it turns out it was a nightmare behind the camera. Uh, do you have any tips on how to foster an environment like that?
Really, everybody should have like a voice. Like if you're hiring production heads, you're putting them in that position for a reason. So, kind of building trust. That's a big thing. So just letting them, it really everything should be just a conversation. It really just comes
Okay.
down to communication, clear communication. And when working with actors, like again, everything should be kind of like a dialogue. Yes, like you are the director, but let their voices be heard if they have to try. Um, Again, it's a conversation. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, I love that. I think that's great advice. And something that we don't often think about is directors. I think part of their responsibility is kind of directing and maintaining a positive atmosphere on set, making sure everyone's taken care of, everyone's heard. And I think that's maybe one of the more important parts, honestly, more important facets of the job. Well, so what did you learn from this process? Do you take any new insights on the craft from this?
Yeah, I'd say especially when it came to like the writing angle of it, definitely be very patient with myself. If a joke doesn't hit immediately, maybe take some time away from the script and then come back, and maybe I might feel differently about the joke or I can rewrite it. So definitely patience when it came to that. But then also just really, as much as I had already valued communication, it really like kind of strengthened that again for me, like being on set and just you know it's not all about like calling the shots as much as I like the characters, and it's just
Right.
fostering that feeling of like strong communication.
That makes sense, and I think it's important for independent filmmakers, especially to rely on collaboration and trust their crew and actors to fulfill that end. And I like what you're saying about patience. A lot of people just want to get it done and get something on screen, but it really is important to go over the script and make sure it all hits.
Yeah.
So, Sophie, what are you working on next? Do you have any more shorts in the works right now?
I'm currently not really working on any shorts, but I am writing something that's a little bit of a longer piece that
Okay,
we are hoping to maybe start production sometime in the winter time. But yeah, I'm very excited and I'm working on that.
excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about what that project is?
Sure, I'm happy to. So its working title is called This Is Sad. It's a dark comedy piece, and it centers around a main character who she is an artist, but she also part-time bartends at her family's bar, and her aunt suddenly passes away, and it's just about her kind of navigating like this horrendous loss, but also like her future. So it's a cute little it's very dark, but it is funny. So yeah, I'm excited to hopefully get this into production soon.
I love that, and I think it's telling that just the title "This Is Sad" can elicit laughter.
Yeah.
um, well, great. That's very cool. It's cool that you have momentum on another project and that's moving. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Good Brunch?
I'm excited to come out to the West Coast, Portland, and screen it. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Yeah, I'm just really excited to come out. So
Excellent. Well, I love the characters. They're so quirky. They're so
thank
funny.
you.
The situation is so wild. I really think audiences are going to love it on October 15th at the Clinton Street Theater. And I'm super excited to meet you and see more from you, Sophie.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you and take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.